I have just been talking my head off for a minute and 16 seconds. So guess what? I get to start all over. Hey, y'all, welcome again to another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. He is I is he. That is who I am. Hey, Mr. Net, how you doing? Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much, baby sis. I'm just doing too much today. That's all. I get excited about doing this, getting on here, talking with you guys. You guys show up and you listen, and we're here. So, do we have audio now? Tell me you can't hear me? Really? Okay, so let's go. Microphone. My microphone is popping. So, there is still no sound. Okay, you can hear me now? Okay, thank you very much. I don't know what's going on. 2 minutes in, and we still didn't have any sound. Technology for you. So, let's start all over. Okay, so can you hear me now? Just type yes into the message box if you can hear me now. Okay, thank you very much. So start again. Good evening and welcome to Messages in the Madness. I am your host, Vernon Longhorn Davis. I am he that I am, and I am happy to be here. I look forward to doing this every Sunday. Yes, I do, because guess what? I love talking with you guys. So let's go back through the roll call again. Hey, Mr. Net, good to see you. Glad to hear you. Yes, Brother James, good to see you. Baby Sis, great to see you. Miss Lydia, thank you very much for stopping by. I am always happy to see y'all. And tonight, let's get into the message because I'm already 2 minutes in and just going blah, 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 blah. Tonight's message is live, love, and laugh, the remedy we keep ignoring. And we do ignore it. Let's be honest. In this world of chaos, headlines, heartbreak, and hustle, these three words can feel like cliche. It's just something painted on wall decor you get from Dollar Tree or Walmart or Target or Le Target. But living, loving, and laughing aren't just poetic ideas. They're really not. They are, how do you put it? They're strategies for survival. They're acts of resistance. And they're the very ingredient that restores a fractured soul and reconnects us to what matters when we take that time to take the remedy. When we're sick, we need a remedy. And to live, to love, and to laugh, man, is medicine. Now let's talk about the first one, live, before you before you're absent. Be present before you're absent. Living doesn't just mean breathing. It don't. It means choosing to be awake in your own story. Many of us are alive, but we're sleepwalking, going through the motions. We just checking boxes. We just going through checking boxes, reacting instead of responding. The truth is, living fully requires intention. You must do this intentionally. To live more fully, one must pause and pause often. We talked about pausing a couple of weeks ago. You got to pause and reflect, breathe, and disconnect from all the noise around you because there is a lot of noise. God knows there's a lot of noise. There's so much trying to get our attention, trying to pull our focus in another direction. But we got to disconnect from that noise. Hey, Miss Ethel. Hey, Miss Charlotte. Great to see y'all. Thank y'all for stopping in. We have to say no more. Stop living for approval and start living for alignment, self alignment. This is part of living. This is part of that live. And you got to take a risk. I know people that won't go places or won't do things because they won't take that risk. Now, I'm not saying get out and take a reckless risk. I'm not saying be reckless, but I'm saying take a chance. But the kind of risk I want you to do is the kind that stretches your soul, that introduces you to something new, but you won't know if you don't take that risk and step out. Smell a flower you've never smelled before. Huh. Signal versus the noise. I like that, Smokey. Thanks for stopping in. Happy birthday to you, bro. Brother Jerry, good to see you, my friend. He says, I need to decide if I'm going to leave my current job and do something different. I love what I do, but I hate you. I do it. I hate who I do it for. Okay, it says, but I hate you. I do it for. Okay, got it. James says, live long, love hard, leave a beautiful memory. That's right, James. Leave that legacy. That's right. Living is about refusing to die while you're still breathing. Do you understand that? Hey, Miss Marion, I saw you too. Thanks for stopping in. Living is about refusing to die while you're still breathing. Yeah, y'all sit with that one for a minute. Think about that one later on. That's pretty deep. Because see, there are effects of real living. Do you know what the effects of real living are? Do you? Anybody? Well, I'm gonna tell you, you know I am. You start appreciating what's in front of you, not what's behind you. As a very good friend of mine says, there's a reason a car has a bigger windshield and a very small rearview mirror. Appreciate what is in front of you. Appreciate who is in front of you. Stop rehearsing regrets and start embracing now. Stop worrying about the mistakes of the past. Move forward. Learn from those. Move differently. You know, when you live with intention, you age slower. You smile more and you engage deeper. Now, I'm going to give it to you. Some of y'all didn't know me, say 20, 25 years ago. I wasn't a smiling guy. I did not. No, I wasn't. No. I was not much of a smiler, but I smile all the time now because I'm living. I choose to live. Jerry, I'm gonna tell you straight up in front of witnesses. You say I'm scared to take a chance on myself. If you don't take a chance on yourself, why should anybody else? You say I need to decide if I'm going to leave my current job and do something different. I understand you love what you do. But if you're not willing to take a chance on you, why should anybody else? Think about that. Let's go to number 2. Love. That love. It's a verb, not a feeling. Yeah, it's a verb. We were built for love. We were built to give it, receive it, be transformed by it. But most of us confuse love with approval, affection, or sometimes we think we're obligated. So we confuse it with obligation. Real love is sacrificial. It's tough. It's honest and it's healing. To love more deeply, you got to start with yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give what you ain't got. You got to be vulnerable. Love without protection is risky. So there's a couple of other things without protection, but it's also real. It's very real. And I know we're in this new age thing of being vulnerable. And some people still don't know how to feel about being vulnerable. And then you have to practice empathy. Yes, empathy, not sympathy, empathy. Understand before you argue. and listen before you defend. It's the reason why you got two of these and one of these, okay? Love is not a transaction, it's a lifestyle. Baby sis says, they say everybody dies, but not everyone lives. Food for thought. Ooh, ooh. If I no, I can't drop this mic. I'm sorry. I just bought this one. That's a mic drop. Okay, over there, Shirley Jr. Okay, Shirley Jr. I hear you. But let me ask you something. What do you think happens when we love better? Yeah, you can love better, but what do you think happens when we do that? Well, hold on before I get that far. Yes, Annette, love is selfless. Is selfless. Schmoogie says vulnerable is scary sometimes. Yes, it is. Um, Annette says empathy will kill you. Not really, because you can empathize with people. You can understand where they're coming from because you can draw from your own life experiences. So I'm gonna put a pin in that one for you, Annette. But going back to my question, what happens when we love better? I'm gonna tell you, relationships deepen. Yes, they do. Forgiveness flows more freely. And I'm not talking about that that superficial forgiveness, but that really I forgive you forgiveness. And let's move forward. Isolation starts to dissolve. Those walls break down. You're right. Apathy kills, empathy saves. Very good, Jerry. Thank you very much for that. We stop treating people like disposable extras in our movie and start seeing them as core characters in our story. There are people who who really are core characters and we treat them like they're extras. And that just don't work when you love. Now, Annette, I understand what you're saying. Empathy as a nurse will kill you. I can understand that. That's a whole different situation. But we're not going to dissect that tonight. But I understand your point. So let's talk about number 3. Laugh. The most underrated therapy there is. Laugh. Laughter. Excuse me. Laughter ain't just for comedians. It's not just for us. It's soul music. It's soul medicine. It's music to your soul. It's tension relief. It's the exhale after a long season of holding your damn breath. Laughter is everything. As someone, I mean, and I speak as someone who lives in the world of stand up. I know laughter often tells the story before the tears do. It breaks down walls. It builds bridges. It reminds us we're still human. We are still human. So you need to laugh more, not just because we need to make more money. I need you to stop taking yourself so seriously. Self deprecating humor is freedom. When you talk about yourself, it is funny. Even if you may not even tell nobody else, but if you look at yourself and you can make jokes about yourself, that right there is freedom. And it's funny too. Like I talk about this knot in the top of my head. I had a supervisor say to me one day, he said, "Man, you trying to turn into a unicorn?" I'm like, you know what, man? I will push you through a anyway. Find your funny people. Find your funny tribe. Be around people who aren't afraid to be goofy, who ain't afraid to laugh, who is not afraid to have fun with you. Do that. Be around those kind of people. Find your people that love to smile, to laugh, to have a good time. Leave those pity party people at the pity party. Last, let go of perfection. It's usually the flaw that brings the funniest moments is that your imperfection, your flaws. Yeah, that's when life really gets funny. Mr. Brian Walker, thank you for stopping in, sir. Yes, you do know all about that humor. Very funny young man right there, y'all. But let me tell you, laughter doesn't erase the pain. It don't. But it sure helps you carry it. Man, I mean, because don't get me wrong, it's hard to be mad when you're laughing. It's hard to be sad when you're laughing. It really is. Because it just is. And there are benefits. So I'm getting away from my notes. Did you know that laughter reduces stress hormones and boosts your immunity system? It boosts your immunity. It really does. It fosters connections. We're more drawn to those who make us laugh. We will hang out with somebody that, oh man, we'll break our necks to hang out with somebody that makes us laugh, and we will run like the dickens away from somebody who doesn't. It gives you hope. Laughter gives you hope because if you can laugh through it, you can live through it. Yes, that's what I said. If you can laugh through the pain, you can live through it. You can move forward. I know. And I'm not going to get into why I know, but I know. Um, Brian says, hold on, Baby Sis says, laughter can be a healer, unite people of all backgrounds, change a person's mood, etc. Yes, it does. And you're right. Brian says comedy is telling the truth about being a human. That's right. It is. It's telling the truth. Marion said it's my defense mechanism. Been mine for years. But you know, when you there's those laughs, those ha 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 ha. Yeah, okay, that was funny. Now, when the brother break down that one laugh for you, like you might want to step away. But that's a whole nother thing. Um, no, the knot is from APC APC hatch. So I've had it for years. James August. I'm sorry. DC Fluffy says it takes more muscles in your face to frown than it does to crack a smile. That is true too. And I don't like to work hard, so that's why I smile because frowning it hurts. So Jerry, laughter has no color or gender. You're right. That phrase is so true, Jerry. That the name of my comedy booking agency is "Laughter Has No Color." Matter of fact, I got T-shirts to say that somewhere around here. But is laughter has no color unless you have really funky breath. That's a whole nother story. Hey, daughter, good to see you. She said, I have to laugh to keep from crying. I can always find something to laugh about, even in the most difficult times. And that's an awesome thing to be able to do because a lot of people are not able to do it, daughter. So I'm very proud of you of that. You've been through a lot. I love you. We love you. Yes, we do. So why don't we do these more often? Why don't we live, love, and laugh more often, even though we know these are the remedies? These are the remedies to a lot of things in our lives. One, we're afraid of being vulnerable. Like Schmoogie said earlier, man, vulnerability is something else. It can be something else. It can be hard. Where are you at there? Yep. Spooky said vulnerable is scary sometimes, and he's right. It is scary. But we're afraid of being vulnerable because we were never taught how to be vulnerable. We're too busy surviving. We're always in survival mode. We're too busy surviving to start living. That's facts. We're normalized. We have normalized pain so deeply that that joy, happiness feels unnatural because we have been so used to being in pain over something. It's normal. So when we get that joy and we get that love and we get that laughter, we're like, hold on. I can't do too much of this because I'm not supposed to be enjoying this like this. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Many of us were never taught that joy, love, and laughter were choices. I wasn't. Were you? Not just emotions that show up when things are good. These are choices. They are choices. I love you too, August. He says, you want a good laugh? Look at the mirror. This is very true. Annette says, my satirical humor is my defense. I pick up my glasses at Luke Air Force Base. A lady and I had a wonderful time talking about current political regime. That's a good thing. Let me tell you. Jerry says, I find I crave the stress of work. I don't know my own identity anymore. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth again, Jerry. You're going to have to stop and sit down and take a cold, hard look at it. What do you want to do? Is this what you want to do? Or is this what you have to do? There is a choice. You always got two choices. You can stick with it and deal with it, or you can walk away. But you have to figure that out for yourself. What is it that's good for Jerry and his family, not your employer? I'm just going to leave that there. So sometimes we don't laugh more because we think it's disrespectful to our pain. I did not know that until I started doing my research on this topic. I have never thought about the idea of being disrespectful to our pain. What? Disrespect your pain? Man, if I knew I could disrespect my pain, woo, yeah, I'd be pretty rude to it. But sometimes we don't laugh more because we think it's disrespectful. But hear this, understand this. This is what I know. You can laugh and still be healing. You can love and still be scared. You can live but still be figuring it out. Yes, you can. I'm going to say it for the folks in the cheap seats. You can laugh and still be healing. You can love and still be scared. You can live and still be figuring it out. Those are facts. Annette says, my middle name is Joy, and my father always laughed in worst situation. Miss his joyful laugh. Jerry says, I had been doing because the have to. Now I'm in a position now. I have the choice, and I am leaning towards choosing Team Jerry. Hey, Team Jerry, you better do what's good for Team Jerry. I'm just saying. Don't be looking back. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Didn't. Get your ass off the couch. Move forward. You can always go back to doing what you do now if that don't work out. But we're gonna pray that it does. That's right, Jerry. Look for your passion in your choice of job. That's right. You're right. You're right in that. So the chain reaction. What happens when you live, love, and laugh consistently? It is a chain reaction. You attract better energy because you're putting out better energy. Ta-da! I can't say that. Raise your frequency. Raise your vibration. Yeah. Yeah. Raise your frequency, raise your energy. Get off that low vibration, that low energy thing. Get off of that. Because the better energy you put out, the better energy you get back. You create a culture of joy in your family, in your circle, in your community. People want to be around you. Nobody wants to be around your negative ass, negative Nick or negative net. No, we don't want to be around them. We want to be around you because you make us smile. You make us feel good. You have that joy about us. You can create a culture of joy. You interrupt cycles of trauma by choosing to be present, compassionate, lighthearted, even. Lighten the hell up. And I know I got to take some of my own advice sometimes. I know I need to lighten up. And now you see me pointing, not just one thing at myself, I'm pointing all of them at me. I know I need to lighten up. You heal generations by showing what wholeness looks like in real time. Yes, you can. You can heal generations. So Annette says, if you raise your frequency, will the lower hateful frequency go away? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Raise your frequency, raise your vibration. Find something to be happy about. Sad ain't got nothing to do but be sad itself. It'd be over the corner bad by itself, sad, because you got no low frequency. Raise your frequency. We could talk about that one if you want me to at another time. But we could do a whole message on it. So how to start? How to start tonight? Don't wait. I know I tell y'all every Sunday, don't wait. There's no point in waiting. Don't wait for life to be perfect. Don't wait for people to change. Don't wait for your bank account to overflow. Get started tonight. Living, loving, and laughing. Enjoying your remedy. Take your medicine. Call someone you've been meaning to check on. Dance to a song from your youth. Yeah. I was driving today and I heard a song from back in the 80s. I'm just, oh, yeah. I'm bopping along. Matter of fact, I think I did a little breakdance move while I was driving. I'm like, yeah, I ain't heard that in a minute. Tell some jokes, even a bad one. Go sit outside and watch the wind move. Yeah, just go watch the wind move. Just sit there and just enjoy it. I'm being facetious with the last one. But start today. Let's see. Annette says going to raise it in the face of juvenile frequency. Jerry says, I needed you tonight, brother. Man, I am humbled. I'm gonna put that up on the screen. I am humbled, Jerry. August James says, I know I'm serious, but I try to be lighthearted. We all need to be a little bit more lighthearted. We do. We do. Tell somebody to go outside and watch the wind. See how they look at you. How about this one? How about say I love you and mean it? We say it, but sometimes we don't really mean it. Forgive yourself for yesterday and take ownership of today. I forgive myself every morning because I know I did something the day before that I probably shouldn't have did. And if I didn't, I say I still forgive myself just in case. So Annette says prayers raised for Coley. Thank you, for Miss Annette. Yes, I talked to Coley today. Yes, I did. Um, yeah, we're gonna still need to raise her in prayer. Yes, we are. And while you're there, I'm gonna ask y'all to just keep each other in prayer because we all could use it. Jerry, what he going through, Annette, what you're going through, Brother August, what you're going through. We all are going through something. We're all scraping something off our shoe. And sometimes we just need that arm to balance on while we scrape it off. And then once we get it scraped off, we can move forward. So, Jerry, yeah, you do need to forgive yourself for waiting too long. Forgive yourself and move on, bro. So, I am over on time tonight, y'all. I am so sorry. So let's get through the rest of this. Excuse me. You weren't made to just exist. Understand that. You were not made to just exist. You weren't created to just pay bills and carry burdens. You weren't designed, yeah, you were. You were designed with joy in mind. You were fearfully made with connections, in your DNA, with laughter. Laughter is in your DNA. You're pre-wired for it. It's in our nervous system. It's in your brain. It's in your heart. You were meant to laugh. You was meant to love. You was meant to live. You were meant to do all of that. Don't rob the world of your light because life got dark. Don't do that. Live. Live because you still here. You are still here. Love because the world is cold and needs warmth. Yes, the world is still cold and hard. Laugh because if you don't, you'll cry. And sometimes the two are not the same. Well, sometimes they are the same. But don't just treat these as inspirational slogans. Let them become intentional practices. Wake up tomorrow and remind yourself that this life, your life, is sacred. The breath in your lungs is a miracle. The love in your heart is a resource. Your laughter is a revolution. Every time you choose to live fully, love unconditionally, and laugh unapologetically, you are casting light into a dark world. You are defying the expectations that life is to be hard all the time. It doesn't have to be hard all the time. It don't. You're rewriting the narrative that joy is only for the lucky. It's not. When the truth when the truth is it's for the willing. That's the truth. It's for those who are willing to live, love, and laugh. It's not just for the lucky. You deserve it. I deserve it. We deserve it. Start with where you are. Do what you can. Choose joy, even in small doses. And never, never, never underestimate the power of a smile, a kind word, or a moment of genuine laughter. Because, see, those moments right there, that's where the healing begins. That's where it begins. It does. So, Annette says, um, Annette says, please pray, be careful with the community growing around your areas. Jerry says, it's not, no, James says, Jerry, it's not too long as you are still breathing. That's right. Annette says, I was a joyful soldier, love my military family. Okay. Annette says, you humble me as you remind me that I am not a used up nurse. The light of Jesus must shine. Yes, it must. Jerry says, life doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard, my friend. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And brother August, I'm sorry if Reverend Precious got out a little bit tonight. I was not meaning to start preaching, and I hope I didn't. But that's my message for tonight, y'all. Anybody got something else? Anything else for me in the chat before we close out? Because we are over by 7 minutes. I thank y'all for hanging in there with us tonight. I don't know. Somebody just tried to call me from New Jersey while I'm doing my show. But if y'all don't have anything else for me, that's the message tonight. Live, love, and laugh more. Live, love, and laugh. All right, guys. Well, this has been another episode of Messages in the Madness with your host, um, Vernon Longhorn Davis. As I say all the time, I love you. God loves you. Take care of yourself. Respect yourself. Take care of them kids. Respect our vets. Give them kids a hug for me. Starting tonight, let's live a little bit more. Let's love a little bit more. Let's laugh a little bit more. Until next Sunday, I'll see you. God bless you. $2.